Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. My name's Mike Amos. I hope you're doing well this morning on a Tuesday, the 24th of July, and of course heading into football season as we speak. In fact, Troy will hit the field Tuesday, I think, next week to start their practice, and most of the high schools will start right at August the 1st, so we'll find out more sooner or later from the local high schools. I noticed that several of them have already started practicing, getting ready for the coming football season. I want to mention a few things going on here. Of course, Coach Neil Brown is in New Orleans with the Sun Belt Conference Media Days, and that seems to be a lot of fun so far. Troy was picked by their peers or their coaches of the league as to be the number 2 team in the conference this year, behind Appalachian State. Troy finished last season with 11 wins, including a win in the RL&L Carrier Bowl in New Orleans over North Texas. And after winning 22 games in the last 2 seasons, expectations are on the rise for Troy as they get ready for the coming football season. Of course, the key will be the quarterback position. Is Troy ready, or do they have players ready to win a championship from the quarterback position? And right now, the 2 players they have have had very little experience, and of course, the quarterback position is always the position that you've got to feel to win football games, and they've got 2 good ones, but are they going to be good enough? That's going to be the big question. Of course, Troy was represented by Blaise Brown, defense back, who was named to the Jim Thorpe Award watch list this week at the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame. But out Monday, Brown, a preseason Sun Belt first team selection, enters the 2018 season second among active players with his 11 career interceptions. Brown is a native of Canton, Georgia, and earned his first team all Sun Belt Conference honors last season after he ranked number 11 in the country with 5 interceptions. Of course, Troy opens the season on September the 1st against Boise State, and I know a lot of people are already getting ready for that. And I was going to take a look at our map today, our calendar today, and see exactly how far away we are. Right now, we're at the 24th mark of July, on 24th, so we've got 4 more days in this week, and 7 total left in July, and then you add 31 more, and what do you got? 38 days left to college football as Troy goes up right here in our stadium against Boise State. Boise State ranked preseason in the top 20 in college football, and of course they're very well coached and a very good team. They won 11 games last year themselves, so they're looking for another big season. So that's going to be a great game between Troy and Boise, the 1st of September. And of course that game is I want to say it's a 6 o'clock game, but I'm not positive about that. If it's a 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I know one of our games starts at 5. Maybe it's a 5 o'clock start. I'm going to put a question mark by that and see if I can find out later when that will actually be, that game will actually kick off. But of course, we got a lot of time to talk about it between now and then, and of course, we've got a lot going on. The arena is about completed. The Veterans Memorial Stadium getting a huge facelift with the addition of an end zone facility, and of course it is outstanding. I've been in front of it, I've been behind it, I've been around it, but yet to go in, and like a lot of people, I've never seen a building so hard to get into in my life, but that's where it's working. And of course, Whaley Construction doing a super job on that end zone facility. A lot of people ask me, well, what's going on? What's happening in that end zone facility? Well, first of all, you got coach's office. Second of all, you got what Troy's needed for a long time, and that's players' locker rooms. And I think they're locker rooms just for Troy players, the home team, and the old locker rooms will be used by the visiting team. So it's not a bad facility either way for the visitors when they come to Troy. Then of course some other things in that facility, of course, is a brand new ultra modern weight room facility, something that every team looks at. And of course it's one of the first things recruits look at is your weight room facilities. And of course it'll look out over Veterans Memorial Stadium. And then there'll be locker rooms, there'll be rooms for lounges, players' lounges, such as places to watch television during the day and so forth. And as we mentioned, coaches' offices and administration. I'm thinking some of those offices will be in this new building too, but we'll wait and see. Of course, they could get the entire building that they're vacating for this year and use it strictly for administration. But a lot of that remains to be seen. But we've got like I said, just 37 more days to college football, and I hope everybody's looking forward to it. The reunion 2018, ladies and gentlemen, only, gosh, 3 days left to the event on Friday, and then the big event comes up this weekend for the classes of 1950 to 1973, and that was a 13-year span of Trojans. And of course, some people ask me, is it okay if they come, and that they were just a class of 74 or a class of 76? Yes, sir, you can come, give me a ring, or you can come with another person that is actually in that class coverage of 1950 to 1973. But of course, last year that was a huge event, and over 200 people came, and we looked for a big crowd this year. And of course, this year we start on Friday with the reception, and then the Harry Ray Rock and Roll Reunion on Friday. That starts at around 7. And then, of course, after dancing all night, they'll start all over with a big event on Saturday night from the Troy Country Club, the Reunion 2018. And right now it looks like a big turnout. And looking forward to seeing a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time. That's what it's about. That's why we're doing it, is to see old friends and gather in a lot of ways after a long time. Troy's uniforms, and this is just one of them, one of 10 different uniforms that they wore during the season last year. But they can do so much. And of course, they have 3 different helmets. They have a white helmet, a silver helmet, and a red helmet. And of course, a black helmet if they need one. And then the jerseys, they can come out in gray pants and are all gray. They can come out in black and red. They can come out in red and white. And they can come out in all red. They can come out in all silver. It's just so flexible how this team dresses, and you don't know which team they're going to come out with, but they're all good-looking dresses, and as far as helmet, and it's always interesting to see what they're going to be wearing when they come out on the field. Of course, Charles Henderson and high schools all over the place will be starting their drills. Actually, if we looked at it it would be on Monday, the 1st of October. Excuse me, that's not it. Sure not it. Let's move back here a little bit. We went to those. All right, here we go. Wednesday, August the 1st, is normally high school football reporting day. With the way they've changed the route around, I don't know. They might actually go on the field sooner, but I'm thinking they can actually hit the field for the coming football season for practice on Wednesday the 1st. So that's next Wednesday, and Wednesday week, and it should be a lot of fun to see all these kids head out on the football field. And of course, it's hot. It's going to be hot all week. In fact, temperatures this weekend are going to be around 95 degrees with a chance of rain, but it's going to be hot and humid all weekend long. So everybody, make sure if you do work or work in your yard, make sure you do it during the cooler hours of the day, such as right now. So get out there and do your work now, so you won't have to do it during the hot part of the day. I want to mention a few things. Camp opens at the Rec Center. The 10th annual Troy Recreation Basketball Camp gets underway Monday morning. The campers got underway yesterday, and the campers had grown on a yearly basis, and a week-long event. 65 campers showed up for the basketball camp, and I'm sure that pleases Dan Smith. Justin Cope is the person directing the camp. Former Charles Henderson High School Trojan and Alabama basketball player Isaiah Wilson was also on there working the camp yesterday. So big event going on at the Troy Recreation Department. We're talking about quarterbacks, and there are two good ones right now that are fighting for the for that position. And of course, you don't know really until they hit the field, who's making the biggest strides toward being the new quarterback at Troy. But Sawyer Smith is one, and Caleb. Oh boy. Now see, and of course he's a young man that played a lot last year. I'd say he played a lot last year. He played some in backup roles. He's real quick and real fast, and same is with Sawyer Smith. Both of them are talented athletes, but of course, again, game experience is going to make the difference. Caleb Barker is from Priceville, Alabama. He's 6'1", about 210, one of the fastest players on the team, and of course he had a good spring. Sawyer Smith is the other quarterback, and he hails from Pensacola, the Pensacola area, Pace, Florida, I believe, is where he played, and he is quite a player himself. So there are two good ones that we know that are in the running, but there'll be some others, I'm sure, that are going to make their name known before the season starts. So it's going to be a big battle at quarterback for Troy, and as good as Troy is each year, it all boils down to what kind of year your quarterback has. Of course, the running back, Jamarius Henderson, the young man from Dale County High School, who broke the Alabama High School Athletic Association's rushing record his senior year in high school, rushing for over 3,600 yards. He signed with Memphis right out of high school, but he came back to Troy, sat out a year, was on Troy's team last year, and just played sparingly. But anybody that has gained 3,600 yards in one season has got to be pretty good, and he's one of the best running backs in Alabama high school history. And now if he could come and do it at Troy like they're expecting him to do, he's only a junior, got 2 great years left, got an opportunity to play in the big leagues one day if he does well at Troy. But the problem is, one of the problems with him is injuries. He's had a lot of injuries. He's got to be durable. Of course, they've got a few other running backs to choose from that are coming back. But they lose Chun, who was such a great player last year, and hopefully they'll find some players that are going to be able to take their place. I was looking at the stadium yesterday, and they're about completed. They're doing a lot of work inside now. It's all downhill from here, and it's beautiful, no question about it. It'll only have about 400 seats to choose from, and of course I sit in the stadium club seats, and I love them, and I hope to stay right there because I've got great seats. But these seats in the end zone will be seats that some people will really enjoy. They'll be able to move around a lot. They're chair back, of course, and their amenities. There's concessions. There's food, of course, like there is also in the stadium club. But it's going to give Troy University football a new look, and what it does, it sort of encloses the stadium, Veterans Memorial Stadium. It sort of encloses it now to keep the sound in from the Sound of the South and keep the fan noise in. So Troy is going to be a much harder place to play this year and from years on, because they finally have their stadium enclosed, or pretty much enclosed, and it's going to be beautiful, no question about it. And of course, one of the main ingredients is those giants, that big giant scoreboard, one of the largest in college football, that we'll be able to watch playbacks and other parts of the game from that giant scoreboard. So it should be a lot of fun. The Sound of the South will stay in the same place, the far corner, southeastern corner of the stadium, and of course they've got a big section there that they feel. The Sound of the South will field over 400 band members this year. That's going to be the largest crowd in Troy history as far as the band goes, and it should be a lot of fun to watch. I want to mention Cahaba Bank coming to Troy, a brand new bank coming to Troy, and they're building a new facility just off of the bypass right here in Troy, and of course it's going to be a beautiful facility, a great bank. I tell you, I know the people that are running that bank, and they'll do a great job in the city of Troy. In fact, they've been here. Grady Capps and his staff has been on board here for the last couple of years, but now with their new facility, they're opening up their doors wide so everybody can see Cahaba Bank moving to Troy, Alabama very soon. And of course, already with offices on South Brundage Street, the new facility should be ready to move into in the fall of this year, which is coming up very soon. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more of Today in LA.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Come see us at Don Walker Western Wear. From boots, jeans, and jackets to shirts, hats, and belts, we're your headquarters for Western wear for the entire family. With the largest selection of jeans in town, we carry famous brands like Wrangler, Levi, Carhartt, Ariat, and Cinch. We've also got plenty of styles of boots to choose from, including Justin, Lucchese, Ariat, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Dan Post, and Corral. So come on in to Don Walker Western Wear, located on Highway 231 in Troy.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friends at Dixieland Dental, located 9 miles north of Dothan on Highway 231. Dr. Michael Precise, Dr. John Strength, Dr. Damon Strength, and Dr. Robert Precise make up one of the largest dental clinics in Alabama. They're great people, and Dr. Precise is also an outstanding baseball coach, and has taken the Wiregrass Cardinals to championship all over the country this summer, and really is an outstanding individual. And, of course, his son, Michael Precise, is my banker at Troy Bank and Trust Company right here in Troy, and, of course, was a great baseball player here at Troy University. Ladies and gentlemen, we got what I think is a treat. Scott Westfall and I did a little work the other day. We went over to Troy University and to take a look at what will soon be a piece of flat ground after they take down Sartain Hall. But that great facility was the place where many great Troy basketball victories took place. A lot of entertainment took place. Gosh, I can remember Roy Orbison. I can remember the Four Seasons. I can remember the Temptations. So many great musicians have come through the Trojan Arena to provide some great entertainment for our students over the years. And, of course, graduations, so many graduations we couldn't count them, and special events were hosted and housed at the Sartain Hall. Well, while doing this, we decided that we would just take a look at Troy University, and that's what we're going to do. Steve, are we ready to go? All right, we're not ready this second, but of course it's some work that we did very ad lib. We did it ad lib, but I was amazed at the work that Scott Westfall was able to do, and to put this together and make a little presentation. Some people out there might have already seen it, but we're going to run it again. I think it's something that I'm proud of, and I think you'll enjoy. I want to mention that while the British Open was going on, there was a tournament in the United States in Kentucky at Nicholsonville, Kentucky, and Troy Merritt won $630,000. Billy Horschel was second. He took home $261. Tom Lovelady took home $261. Brian Gay out of Daleville, Alabama, was sixth, and he took home $126,000. So pretty good payday for him, even though he didn't go to the British Open. A lot of guys didn't. You had to qualify for the British Open, and but Troy Merritt, I watched his career, and that was a big win for him. This event had been held previously in Opelika, but they've changed venues now. Of course, as we look at Troy and all these teams in the Sun Belt, Troy received 11 selections on the preseason All-Sun Belt team. They had 7 players on there. Tristan Crowder, offensive lineman, Deontay Crumty, defensive, was also an offensive lineman. Defensive lineman Hunter Reese from Wetumpka was named to the first team, along with Tavon Sanders, and linebacker Tron Folsom and defensive back Blaze Brown. All were named to the first team. Also, DeAndre Douglas, wide receiver, and defensive lineman Marcus Webb, defensive backs Marcus Jones and Cedarius Rucker were named to the second team. Marcus Jones was honored as both a second-team defensive back and a second-team punt returner. So some other things going on. The Troy shattered the season, single-season attendance record last year at Veterans Memorial Stadium. For the second time, or the second straight year, the Trojans played 6 games at the Vet in 2017 and averaged 24,456 fans per game, or 19,000, or just 19,000 people. Well, it says here, despite playing in a town of 19,000 people, that is amazing. The capacity percentage ranks among the top 60 nationally and is 5th among a group of 5 schools with a minimum of 30,000 capacity. Of course, they want to also let you know that season football tickets are on sale for $60. Isn't that unreal? For all 6 home games at the Vet. You cannot beat that price anywhere in college football. The Vet, the Trojans open the season on September 1st against nationally ranked Boise State in the newly renovated Veterans Memorial Stadium, Larry Blakeney Field. And we hope this year to have Larry Blakeney on our show every Monday. And, of course, Coach Blakeney, longtime coach here, great friend of mine, and we will be proud to have him on our show. Taking a look at some other things going on, you know, after the All-Star break in baseball, you know, things start going downhill from there because football season is approaching. And to me, it's hard for baseball to compete against football. But, all right, we've got that film ready, and we're going to come back at the film and talk to you a little bit more. But it's called, the name of this segment is Today in L.A., Goodbye, Sartain Hall. I hope you enjoy it.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Come see us at Don Walker Western Wear. From boots, jeans, and jackets to shirts, hats, and belts, we're your headquarters for Western wear for the entire family. With the largest selection of jeans in town, we carry famous brands like Wrangler, Levi, Carhartt, Ariat, and Cinch. We've also got plenty of styles of boots to choose from, including Justin, Lucchese, Ariat, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Dan Post, and Corral. So come on into Don Walker Western Wear, located on Highway 231 in Troy.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Back to our show. Right now, we're trying to get that footage, and we'll have it in a few moments. I want to mention some of our sponsors this morning, and of course. Okay, I'll have to come in and watch it.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town and Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection.
Life is hectic enough. Unpredictable, natural.